Hey, everybody, I'm Matt Kernan. I'm on with Ian. Ian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. So good. So this is another speaker highlight. You're going to be part of the Entrepreneurs Unite, back to the basics. And this is just a great conversation that we're getting ready to have. And you and I have already had it. And this is, near and dear to my heart, owning Convene and just, it's going to be great. So first off, tell me a little bit about yourself. You're kind of in a fascinating story right now about where you're living and everything that you're doing. So
Yep. So I am the owner and founder and managing partner of Moxie Bookkeeping and Coaching, which is a New York City-based accounting, outsourced CFO and bookkeeping service. I'm currently holed up during the crisis out in California,
yeah.
where I have a little bit of space to move and can be closer to my parents, even though they refuse to see me right now.
That's all right. Keep them safe. Keep them safe. So that's good. So you've gone to, like you said, from 700 square feet to 3 acres and
Yeah.
able to move around. Fascinating times we're living in. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys, with your business, what you guys do.
Mhm.
And
So I think of us as profit-focused bookkeepers. And what I mean by that is your typical bookkeeper will, enter in your income, expenses, balance your books, produce the reports, and hand them to you so you can see how you're doing, which is great and important and necessary. And of course, we do that. But what I find is that once they have that information, most small business owners go, okay, but what am I looking at here? And more importantly, what am I supposed to do with that information?
yeah,
And so what I've seen over and over again with the smaller businesses is people who are actually earning a great amount of income doing this trick called reinvesting
yeah,
and plowing all of the money back into it. And so the amount of profit that they have is actually paltry or sometimes negative.
yeah,
And sometimes they carry mountains of debt, and sometimes they feel unsure about whether they can grow or not. And so we really focus on protecting the cash, the lifeblood of the business, to make sure that your small business is prepared for the future, no matter what that future is. For instance, like the situation we're in right now.
yeah. Absolutely. And so if I just take myself as an example, and we'll just talk about Convene. Convene is on a growth process, and we've been doing this for a long time. But this is not my forte. It's I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a speaker. I'm a counselor. I'm a pilot. I'm somebody who gets out in front of people. And so it's not what I would consider something that I really like or even want to deal with. However, it's extremely important to me. So if you're giving me advice as a company owner, what would you say to
Well, first of all, bless you for not liking to do it, because
me?
otherwise I wouldn't have a job. And so the advice that I give is, I get that a lot of people don't like it. I get, I feel in some ways like a cleaning woman. Like, I don't understand how someone would want to clean somebody else's house all day, every day. But I find bookkeeping so satisfying. And so my advice to you is, I talk a lot about sort of acting as an interpreter. My advice to you is, you don't need to learn Mandarin. You
Yeah,
just need to learn the key phrases to say, what time does the train leave? Where's my hotel? How do I get a meal?
yeah,
And so if I can teach you those few phrases in accounting speak, so that you can kind of read the street signs and know, are you heading towards the site you want to see or not,
yeah,
then everything else you can kind of leave up to me. So
yeah,
I want you to know that things are going in right and to be able to review them at a high level. So I think of that as learning how to really step into the CEO role of your own company, which doesn't mean learning accounting. It just means learning the things you need to know in order to make use of that data, so that you can go back to focusing on the things that you love and are truly good at.
yeah, yeah. And that's so important because you have to have people with different talents within your company or your organization, or you need to be able to find somebody to help you with that. But as an owner of a company, you really have to kind of have good situational awareness on all of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And one of the things I've loved about the technology is that it allows people's first hire to be an assistant or a VA to really help them with the data entry. And then we can really be the financial experts to help run your financial department, even if that's really just you. you
Yeah.
know, so that again, you don't have to know how to double check the work of your assistant or VA. We do that, and then we produce the perfect results and talk to you strategically about that and make sure that you're on track, and growing sustainably so that you don't get yourself into some cash crunch.
And that's the coaching piece.
And that's the coaching piece. Yep.
Yeah. So that is so perfect. So let's talk about the event, Entrepreneurs Unite, back to the basics. And this is because we're talking about entrepreneurs and people that are starting businesses, are transitioning or growing their business. You can't grow if you don't have this piece in place, right? So talk a little bit about what you're going to be talking about.
Yeah. And the sad truth is you can grow without this piece in place, but you've got feet of clay.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to have the financial foundation down so that, again, you can, and we use the methodology called Profit First
Yeah.
based on the book Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, and we're certified as Profit First professionals.
Yeah.
So the idea there is to look at things on a percentage base rather than a dollar value, so that no matter how your income fluctuates up or down, you know the zone to be in based on that ever-changing target.
Yeah.
And again, it just allows so much flexibility and lets you check your bank balance and know that you're okay. So we're really going to be talking about how that system works, what principles it's based on, and why everyone from day one should be using that percentage-based system to help them grow in a way that is,
Yeah.
comfortable.
Wow, this is going to be so awesome. And so this is just a little tease video too. So I don't want to go too far into it or ask you too much, but I really appreciate you coming on. So if you're watching this, Ian's just one of our great speakers, and she's going to talk about something that if you're in business already, or you're trying to grow your business. I mean, I think everybody right now in the current time frame, we're looking at numbers, we're looking at profit margins, we're looking at how can we survive, and you and I talked a little bit about that, and I think it's so important. One of the big changes coming out of this COVID-19 time that we're in is that as a business owner, you better think differently and strategically going forward. And that's why your talk is going to be so timely. So I appreciate you being a part of it. Thank you so much. Tell people how they can find out more about you. Besides in Convene, they can, but how else can they find out about your business?
You can always just go right to our website, www.moxiebookkeeping.com, which is MOXIEBOOKKEEPING.com. We're also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. We're all over.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll make sure it's in your group inside of Convene and the Entrepreneurs Unite community. And look, I can't wait. It's going to be exciting days ahead of us for this event. And so thank you so much, Ian, for being a part of it.
My pleasure. Thank you.